Glitch Productions recently released Murder Drones Episode 6, and my god, this has been one of the best episodes yet. Spoiler ahead, I will be talking a bit about Episode 6, but by now, I'm assuming the person who's viewing this video and my channel knows what Murder Drones is about, but just in case if you don't know, that's okay. I have the links for all 6 episodes in my description, and if you enjoyed their videos, don't forget to subscribe to the Glitch channel. Now onto the video. Episode 6 starts off at the lower floors of the camp, and a drone named 029 streaking and hiding from these strange Velociraptor Sentinels, which is our first time seeing a full robot Velociraptor throughout the show. These so-called Sentinels are able to flash a light and make any drone fully paralyzed unless been touched while having a boot loop. After this scene, we see the good old gang reuniting again, with Tessa being so happy to see En and even carrying him like how he used to in her childhood. We even see Tessa and the group interacting on how Sin ran away or disappeared, and the last thing Sin did was sicking N, V, and J, or more in a simple way of saying it, attacking them. Before anyone could say anything else, Doll used her absolute solver powers to grab the Robo-Roach from Tessa and seeming to run away with it, making Jay, Tessa, and Doll having a short battle, and Doll being successful, being able to keep the Robo-Roach before anyone gets it from her. Honestly, this isn't what I was expecting to happen, since Tessa and Doll made a clear deal together in episode 5, and Doll just suddenly switching plans was just unexpected and not planned for any of us. It is shown in the next clip that the Robo-Roach is the key and the elevator leads to the lab, like I said in my last theory videos, with the Robo-Roach also being placed on a proximity meter. But the team can't go into the basement without the key or the Robo-Roach. Tessa says she even wants to burn down the buildings to disrupt whatever Sin is planning for the future. As N, V, and J went to the lower levels of the building, having the Camp 98.7 marks, we got to see a lot of dismantled drones. Now, I don't know if it was just me, but I took a minute to look at these corpses of these poor drones. Some of them seem to look a lot like N. Most of them have male disassembly drone legs. By now we know the difference between a male disassembly drone legs with a female disassembly drone legs, but it shouldn't just be N as well. I feel like there's other characters that are supposedly male, and we actually get to see them in episode 5, with having the Error 606 symbol on the drone. So it just doesn't have to be N, but it can also be that guy over there. We also see a couple of the female disassembly drone legs and a disassembly drone having long hair, which goddamn, that's pretty long hair. Maybe these were clones, but they were just chopped off by the Velociraptors. When the gang tries to look around, out of the blue, Tessa gets captured by a long, mysterious rope, which pulls her to the other side of the building and leads to a new character, Alice. She's a psychopathic worker drone who seemingly used to work or interacted with Nori, and before Nori left her and the others to die, according to Alice. Alice seems to carry and have important parts of a drone, like the cores, and some of them even seem to be corrupted, and even have names on them indicating which drone it was meant for. And by doing this, the drone permanently dies and cannot regenerate or get a clone. This episode also shows the more Uzi tries to use the absolute solver, the more she develops and gets the qualities of Sin, like Nori when she turned kooky and insane. Solver Uzi, who's being controlled by Sin, also seems to have glitchy yellow eyes, brown hair, and even a solver voice like Sin. Over here, we have Tessa and N trying to look for V, but before doing that, Tessa wanted to show a gander about Earth and how it was destroyed, with the 2 clips even having Nori, which could hint she had something to do with all this besides Sin. The team find each other, they decide to go near the elevator, which they find Doll playing a good act for them, all easily to get tricked except for V. With Doll, she placed the Robo-Roach on the proximity meter, and for her to also open all the doors that held these Sentinels, while everybody hops onto the elevator and encourages V to come into the elevator and stop having an intensing battle she has with the Velociraptors. Which, I gotta admit, the intensing battles she has with the Velociraptors are so damn cool. but before V could kill off the last Sentinel, she finds two others ready to charge at her, making N shout and scream in pain, saying how they need V, and with her to say how she trusts Uzi, and even says her name for the first time. N looks somewhat really drained out, and V cuts off the elevator's rope and sacrifices her life for her friends. Something that hit me in the heart, but also something we've never expected. But with V having such a great character development, it's hard to tell that this is the same person from the pilot episode, and thus the story ending right here, with a dramatic and heartbreaking ending. Episode 6 was by far one of the best episodes throughout the Murder Drone series. It had everything we needed. And yes, the ending was sad of how V sacrificed her life, but honestly, it's not even proven that she's dead, because the scene just immediately cut off, and she could also get a clone, just like how Jay did. But holy moly, the animation for episode 6 was absolutely stunning. It was even better for episode 5. And for people who don't know, the animation for episode 5 was really good, but episode 6 was even better. Whenever Glitch makes new Murder Drone episodes, their animation seems to improve so much and become even better than their last episodes. I mean, seriously, take a moment to look at N's character design from the pilot to episode 6. See how much has changed? Let's speak of the comedy now. I'm gonna be full-on honest here. The comedy can really ruin Murder Drones itself. Murder Drones could have so many suspenseful moments, horrific moments, lore moments that could have explained so much about the series, but it gets cut off with comedy so much, it's like you're repeating the same joke 9 times. And I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I feel like it's actually Glitch's comedy and not Liam's Vickers' original comedy. Liam's comedy is actually good because he adds tiny jokes that are honestly really funny, and a little bit of adult jokes that are hidden in a way, but is honestly noticeable once you pay attention to what the characters say, and not to mention background characters running for their life. And honestly, whenever Liam makes a funny joke, it is honestly really straightforward. Indonesian Cube and Cliffside really prove that. Episode 6 had one of the best comedy ever. They didn't repeat the same joke 10 times, and even what they did with Tessa, it was honestly quite menacing and funny, I have to admit that. And stole the comedy too, especially. I absolutely love these 2 clips of N, which they really give off energy and comedy by Liam Vickers. And I love how Glitch actually kept the moments for episode 6 serious like episode 3. And the second clip of N is a bit questionable and suspicious, but I absolutely love it.
Shoot the baby immediately.
That's not good enough!
Who said if you try that with me?
This is a bad person, though! Try sawing there?
Well, that is about the comedy. Now let's talk about the horror. Hands down, this has been one of the most horrific episodes I have by far seen, and even included blood. The suspenseful moments were I loved it, and the action scenes were something you would get from frickin' Terminator, bro. Like, oh my god, it was so cool. Episode 6 was honestly that good, straight up. Like, I really don't have that much complaints about it. The only complaint I had is that Uzi's edgy and angsty personality is not really edgy and angsty anymore. Uzi seems to be so focused on being with N and her love. With N, it seems to be like she's so in love that her edgy personality is like completely gone. And this was happening ever since episode 3. In episode 5, however, she did have her funny and cool and upbeat personality, and which was angsty and all that. But when episode 3 and 4 came out, it really did not really feel like Uzi, and I feel like N is somehow being like an accessory towards Uzi, like a doll basically, like how he was for V, but this time it's for Uzi. Like everyone else, like every other character sees N like this play toy or something.
I'm kind of the leader of the squad in this city. That's not true. Everyone tells me I'm useless and terrible. Wait,
They use him so much at a point where N doesn't realize how much he gets used, and he's like a yes man towards the series. That's like the only thing and I had about episode 6 that kind of really hit me hard. But honestly, this episode was the best, straight up, hands down. And honestly, I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye! Make sure to like and subscribe for more Murder Drones content, theories, and breakdown and review videos. Hope you enjoyed this video.